reactions now.
How are you doing? Fine. Did you just have a chance to play? Yes. You find them? Leprechauns. How many people here are leprechauns? Well, I wanted to have a chance to come in and get a chance to talk with you today, Mrs. Finney. What can you tell me about Easter? What things happen? Yes. What I'll do is, I think I'll go around and I'll ask those people whose their hands are up. So let's see. Let's start with you. What happens on Easter?
You get Easter eggs.
Okay, you get Easter eggs. Yes.
You get Easter eggs.
You get Easter eggs. All right. Yes. Sometimes they're different colors. Right. Let's go right there with the king's hat on. Is your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
You get to find eggs at egg hunt.
You get to find the eggs at the egg hunt. Let's go over here. Yes. What happens on Easter?
The Easter bunny comes.
The Easter bunny comes to your house. Yes.
They give you eggs.
They give you eggs. Lots of eggs. How many people here like eggs?
I do.
I never really liked eggs too much, so I never was really too excited about getting Easter eggs because I didn't like hard-boiled eggs when I was growing up. Still don't. Who else can tell me about Easter? Let's see. How about right there? They hide the eggs so you can find them. All right. How about you? The bunny comes at night when you're all sleeping. Yes. Well, you know what? When I was talking to Mrs. Finn this week, she told me that you all were reading a story. Can you tell me what the story was? You're reading about God?
No.
What was this?
Green eggs
So-
and ham.
Green eggs and ham? What was the story about? Let's see, it must be a lot of stories. You read a story about God. You read a story about Jesus. You read a story about green eggs and ham.
I got a book about green eggs. Me
You
too.
have one too?
And the book about
How about the story of the lost sheep? Who can tell me about that story? Yes.
I don't. But somebody don't know. All of us. We don't know.
Mrs. Finn, did they read the story of the lost sheep?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Can you tell me what happened in the story? Yes.
The Easter bunny gave you baskets.
They did, in the story. Let's see, who can tell me about the story about the lost sheep?
And they got lost.
Okay, they got lost. And you remember how the sheep was really, really frightened and afraid? And who found them?
The shepherd.
The shepherd. Well, today I'm here, and I'm going to pretend that I'm the shepherd. Okay? Who in the story, who is the shepherd? Do you remember? Who was the shepherd?
The man.
Was a man. And who was that man supposed to be in the story?
With a whisker.
With whiskers? Maybe, with whiskers. Does anybody remember who the shepherd was? Who was the good shepherd?
God.
God. Who else?
Jesus.
Jesus. Amazing. I knew you were going to get that. In the story, do you remember that Jesus went out? Remember the sheep was all frightened and scared?
He was crying.
He was crying. Remember his foot was hurt and he was afraid that the wolves were going to get him. And the shepherd walked out and went and he reached down like this and he picked the little sheep up. He held the little sheep in his arms.
And he carried it.
And he carried the sheep back home. Well, this is a special time of the year. Because this is the time of the year that we remember the shepherd Jesus. Okay? What happened in Jesus' life right about this time of the year? Can you tell me? He died. Okay. Does anybody know how old Jesus was about when he died? 12. How old do you think? Who else? 61.
41.
41.
42.
42. And
That's
then,
43.
let me show you how old he was, okay? This year is, you have a chance to almost see how old he was, okay? Jesus grew up, right? How little was he when he was born? Little tiny baby,
1
just
year
like
old.
all of us, okay? And Jesus lived, and when he died, he was 33. Okay? Now, this year, I'm 33. So if you look at me, you can see about how old Jesus was. So maybe he was taller, and maybe he had darker skin, but he was about how old I am. See, so this is, you can kind of get a chance to see about what he looked like. See, you start getting little wrinkles under his eyes, you know, in his hands maybe, but it was about this old. Okay? Young, he was young. 33 was very, very young. Let me ask you, why do you think that Jesus came to die?
They nailed him in the cross.
Because what?
They nailed him in the cross.
They nailed him on the cross. That's right.
And he put things on his face.
And they what? And they
They
put
put
the,
nails in his face.
they put the crown on his head with the
And
thorns,
didn't know water.
and they gave him no water.
They thought it was bad.
Let me ask a question. How many of you,
Because he was good.
because he was good, they decided that they needed to kill him? Isn't that strange?
Because his father,
Why would we kill someone? His father didn't help him.
they thought he was bad.
Let me ask a question. How many of you think that Jesus ever laughed?
9 times.
9 times.
Or Mary or Joseph.
Or Mary or Joseph.
Or God.
Interesting. Let me ask you this. How old was Jesus when he was born?
32.
He was a baby. Right?
32.
What do you do in pre-kindergarten? Do you laugh in pre-kindergarten? Sometimes. Do you wrestle? Do you wrestle and play? Do you ever get loud and yell? No. Because I think what happens
But it
sometimes,
doesn't look like this. Each school's different.
his school was different. He had a different school. But, you know, is today Wacky Wednesday? Yes. I bet they had Wacky Wednesday when he was growing up too. Now, why would I want to talk about that? Why is it important that Jesus laughed? Why would you think?
Because sometimes people say silly things or funny things.
Okay. Because sometimes people do say silly and funny things.
It makes you laugh. It makes you call your name.
Okay, if somebody called names, so maybe even when Jesus was growing up, they called him names. Have you ever had a name said to you that hurt your feelings?
Yes.
Do you know how that hurts inside you?
Yes.
It hurts your heart, doesn't it? You know, so I think when Jesus was like you, sometimes people said things to him. They didn't say, "You're stupid." You know, or "Why don't you just act your age?" And Jesus probably had his heart hurt too, you know. And so this is a time of the year that we remember that he was a person just like us. And he felt all of the things we feel. When you feel happy, he felt happy. When you felt sad, when people call you names, he felt sad. You know?
And you cry.
If he had a dog, and maybe his dog got hurt, maybe his dog broke its leg, he probably cried for his dog. And I think we forget sometimes because we think he was just so big, and we only picture him as being a big person. You play on the playground, on the swing. What else? How about you?
Raise your hand, please. Don't go over.
Yes. You play wagon. What do you do to play with your friends? You play Play-Doh. Yes. How about you? You play Play-Doh too. Yes. So you play house today. Yes. Make room for everybody. So let's make enough room so everybody can be in. Why don't you come over here? Then why don't you come over here?
I can't be.
Yeah, why don't you make a little bit of room so we can have everybody just kind of be in? Why don't you scoot back? Okay? That's kind of a hard word. And I'm going to be a pretend Jesus. My turn. I'm going to be a pretend Jesus. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be together in this story. What happened is, hello, all my apostles. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here.
Hello, Jesus.
Can you say hello, Jesus?
Hello, Jesus.
I wanted to bring you all together. I wanted to get a chance to sit down with you. Because you know, next Friday, I'm going to have to go home. I'm going to have to die. But you know, I have loved spending all this time with you. All the fun that we've had, all the people that we were able to be close to and to love. And I want to thank all of you for helping and loving the people for me. You know, we've had a lot of different dinners together, and tonight is a very, very special dinner. Because from this night on, I want you always to remember me by having meals with your friends and with your family. So we're going to do something very special at this dinner. And you're going to be a part of it. So first of all, the lady came and brought bread and wine. And Jesus said, you know, over the years, we've been able to help and touch a lot of people. You know, and every time you've done that, it's made me feel really good inside because I know how much you care for people. You know, when you do that, I feel very special. You've allowed me to feel special. And I think you're special too. And Jesus said, you know, when I feel special, I feel good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask God, my dad, to bless this bread as you have all reached out and loved and blessed one another. So we're going to do a blessing, okay? And this is where you say what I say, okay? Dear Father.
Dear Father.
Dear good Father.
Dear good Father.
We thank you.
We thank you.
We thank you
For this life.
For this life.
We thank you for trees and flowers and babies.
We thank you for trees, flowers, and babies.
We thank you for our moms and our dads.
We thank you for our moms and our dads.
And we thank you for this bread.
We thank you for this bread.
We ask that you bless the bread
We ask that you bless the bread
and to bless us.
and to bless us.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. Does anybody hear what amen means?
I do.
What?
We know.
We know. We know. It does mean we know. It means we know. It means I know. It means yes, 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 I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. It means yeah, right on. So amen means right on, right on.